Hey guys, and welcome to Snowbreak Containment Zone. So let us go over Nerida's skills, and we'll talk about later if she is worth pulling or not. So we'll start off with her standard skill. So it is a continuous release. Tap standard skill to enter a moving Styx flow state. Creates one phantom every zero point 0.5 seconds, dealing chaos damage to targets in front and gaining zero point 0.2 U energy and one wailing charge for each damage instance. Repeated hits on the same target have gradually decreased final damage equal to 30% of the last hit. So Nerida can store up to 80 whale charges, which is indicated in the middle of your screen when you play her. It's actually 4 dots representing at least, I think, 20 whale charge for each dot. So while in Styx Flow, Nerida has increased anti-interruption ability but does not automatically recover S energy. Each creation of a phantom consumes 1.5 S energy and counts as one standard skill use. So while in Styx Flow, tapping standard skill again will end the state. So just to move forward with the discussion on her standard skill, if you're encountering a multi-layered or multi-part enemy or a boss, she's gonna be struggling with that a bit because she needs to break that before dealing damage to the boss, and this skill doesn't really target the ideal spot for you to destroy. So that she will struggle versus Cherno Enigma. And moving to her skill, hold standard skill to consume all whale charge and fire wailing ribbons, dealing chaos damage to targets in front. Initial number of wailing ribbons is 6 for each 5 wailing charge consumed. Fires an additional 1 wailing ribbon for each 1 wailing ribbon fired and restores 2 S energy. So the skill is basically using it continuously. Then as you deplete your S energy, hold the standard skill and it will restore your S energy. Okay, so this skill is going to be scaling on attack, both for Styx flow damage per instance and damage per wailing ribbon. And for her neural skills, while in Styx flow, each time Druida creates a phantom, decreases ultimate skill cooldown by 1. So again, it goes beyond this skill to her ultimate skill, while in Styx Flow increases will charge gained from dealing chaos damage to 2. So if you use her as a support, so Stygian Oath, ambush support, after Nerida uses her support skill, she remains on the field. Nerida leaps back and fires at 8 oath-bound ribbons in a cone-shaped area in front, dealing multiple instances of chaos damage. So this one also scales on attack. For her neural skills, so increases number of oath-bound ribbons to 12. After using Stygian Oath, decreases ultimate skill cooldown by 2. So both your standard skill and your sports skill is going to have an effect on the cooldown of your ultimate. So for her ultimate, we have Swirl of Reckoning. This one is going to consume to use 8 U energy cost, and the cooldown is 12 seconds. So this is a pretty much a quick ultimate. You can spam the ultimate as well. So Nerida summons a Truth Seer Plasma Jellyfish for 5 seconds within the AoE. Wraith Hunt temporarily ceases to convert to damage over time, and the amount of Wraith Hunt inflicted increases to 1.8 times the original value, while the Truth Seer is active when an operative skill deals chaos damage to the target within the AoE, inflicts additional Wraith Hunt equal to the proportion of the damage. So what this means is, if the operative is within the umbrella, the AoE umbrella of the jellyfish, right after you cast the ultimate skill, your other two skills, your standard skill, the continuous release, and the hold ability is gonna be dealing more damage. Okay, so when the Truth Seer disappears, creates a blast dealing 1 instance of AoE chaos damage and triggers all Wraith Hunt to be converted to damage. The cooldown of Swirl of Recon starts at after the Truth Seer disappears. the ultimate skill animation can be disabled for the skill. So also for the ultimate skill, it scales on Rita's attack. So while the Truth Seer is active, targets within the AO with HP less than the amount of Wraith Hunt inflicted are immediately defeated. So, and also when the Truth Seer is summoned, any previously inflicted Wraith Hunt on targets with AoE is increased to 1.8 times. And moving to the last one, which is the Deus alignment. So Oblivion's Pull. If equipped with a Chaos weapon, each time the Rita deals skill damage, inflicts additional Wraith Hunt equal to 100% of damage dealt. Wraith Hunt is a special type of DOT effect displayed in the target's HP bar. So this one is going to be overlapping with the HP bar. This is going to be lesser than, this is going to be the red part, lesser than your HP bar. The gray part is the maximum of your HP. So again, if the target's HP is less than the Wraith Hunt inflicted on it, Wraith Hunt will quickly be converted to damage even if Nerida is off the field or has fallen. For each 100 alignment index, increase Nerida's attack by 5%. So for weapons, guys, we'll start off with the SR variant, Web Snare, which is available in the shop. So this gun is actually acceptable. It doesn't really if you compare it with her signature weapon, definitely this gun is going to be falling short. So as expected with any comparison with an SR and a signature weapon, the signature weapon is around 20 to 30 times 20 to 30% better in terms of damage dealing. But if you compare the weapons, they usually compete on the chaos damage and the attack percentage that they give. So this gun will give you 2 buffs, so chaos damage only and attack percentage. However, if you go to her gun, her signature weapon, this is going to be giving her attack percentage. This is also going to be giving her skill damage and going to be giving her chaos damage. So not a bad gun for the SR, because this gun won't be giving her any other, any other benefits other than buffs or damage buffs. There are no mechanics that will be added as well into her kit when she equips her signature weapon. So if you're free to play, definitely the SR version is going to be good. But if you want to have more damage in terms of her skill, definitely go with Shadow Surge, her signature weapon. I already have Shadow Surge at tier 2 because I was actually comparing Nerida's damage versus my own Cherno's damage, because my own Cherno has already tier 2 gun. So more or less I need to have it at tier 2. But the tier 1 version is a very big upgrade from the SR version. So definitely it's a nice add if you want to add damage. But if you're free to play, definitely the SR weapon is a good choice. So if we're going through her manifestations, I'm starting her at M0. I'll be farming throughout the next few months for copies of her. If I compare her to my Cherno Enigma, it's going to be at M3. So initially during my test, yeah, I tested M0 Nerida versus M3 Cherno. The damage that Nerida does with the same level of gun, let's say tier 2, and with little, actually I haven't finished upgrading her logistics, while my Cherno has already all logistics upgraded, but for her it hasn't been yet. Going back for her manifestations, I would say that the damage that she deals versus the same boss, versus the same versus the same situation, like either the same set of operatives as support or with no operative at all, I'd say she's nearly there. So once her manifestations kick in, if I do have copies of manifestations, there is a high chance that she would be better than Cherno. at that point. I'd probably compare it, as soon as I have them both at the same manifestations, and probably, better logistics for her. So for her M1, it's called Scars Reopened. Increase chaos damage dealt by Derrida to haunted targets by 25%. This is actually triggered by her alignment index. A huge boost at 25%. Then at M2, this one, the Cycled Lament, is actually her standard skill, so ignores target's chaos resistance by 15%. Which, if you're considering on bringing what do you call this? If you're considering on bringing Kaguya or Akasha Kaguya, at this point at M2, I don't think you'd need her as much. Now at M0, I would need her a lot. But once you activate M2, you could slot in another operative for support. We'll talk about that when I launch my build guide. So next up is going to be M3. So existence alienated when equipped with a chaos weapon, Rita's skill damage ignores 20% of target's defense. This is where her damage really goes up. So that is why I'm saying that she will eventually eclipse Cherno in terms of damage is because of M3. This is a very, very nice. This is applicable to all of her skills, namely her standard skill, support skill, and her ultimate skill. If you move up, so this one is going to be for M4, Glory's Curse. This is just going to be additional attack here for the Rita's attack, plus 69%. And damage per Wailing Ribbon. Again, these are just buffs for those specific effects. And for her M5, Tether Eternal, when the Truth Seer is active, the Truth Seer is actually the jellyfish during the AoE. Increases full squad's attack by 8% of Nerida's attack. So full squad, meaning if she is in co-op mode, she not only gives a 8% attack when the Truth Seer is out, she also gives the squad that 8% attack based on 8% of her own attack. Okay, so that is how she's going to be helping your squad as well if you're in co-op mode. So again, in terms of her manifestations, there's a very, very huge potential that she will be eclipsing Cherno in the future. Once I have her again at M3, I'll probably do a baseline comparison on both, whether that is going to be true or not. So if you are encountering mobs, make sure that as much as possible not to be as close to them, as you're gonna be hit most of the time. So that is, I think, her only weakness in terms of doing mob clearing, is she's kind of squishy in a way that you need to avoid being hit. But also during recharge, you could actually do a hold, and your whole S energy bar is going to be recharged to full. So for this boss, we're not going to be having any support here. We're gonna just be showcasing how you do her skill rotation. So after that standard skill continuous shooting, ultimate skill, then you could actually do her hold for her standard skill, then go back to your standard skill continuous shot, then go cycle again to your ultimate skill, hold, and standard skill again. So that is roughly how you're gonna be using her in terms of taking down enemies, and that is it. So it's a very nice rotation in terms of her standard skill, ultimate, holding standard skill, and going back to your one-click standard skill. So what do you think of Nerida? I think she has a place in our game. The only two problems that I see about her kit is, number one, she's squishy, plus with multi-part damaging, she's going to be required to use her gun. As far as I'm concerned, the standard skill that she has isn't really good for targeting those vulnerable parts. So if you talk about the damage potential that she has, definitely I'm gonna be saying right now that she's gonna be better than Cherno. Once especially I get her to M3 as a comparison, invest in her. M3 is a very, very good stopping point for her manifestations, and that would really tremendously increase her damage potential. So that is it, guys. She's really, really worth pulling. Thank you very much for staying this far. Take care, stay safe. This is the Warden, and I'm out of here.